when we're done with the community hubs, just about every community in the Southland, they're going to want them as well. And now they're not going to give us credit for it. So that's why I want to make sure we get this done in archive, because they're not going to give us credit for it. They're going to call it the community somethings. They're going to rename it and try to reshape it, but it's going to be the community hubs. And the city of Harvey did it first. Just want to make sure that that's clear. Now, these are fantastic opportunities for community engagement. We had at one time a dysfunctional community center. I'm going to use that term. But even in its heyday, the community center was not accessible by all. The community center sits in the middle of the city. And you have a child that lives on the west side of the city, or the far east side, or the far north side, or the far south side of the city. That child has to figure out a way to get from where they live to the community center that is located in the middle of the city to get to an event or an activity they'd like to participate in, which makes absolutely no sense to me. Because first of all, number one is, now, you asked me earlier about the city of Harvey and how it was when I was a child. Well, when I was a child, yes, I could actually jump on my bike and go from the west side of Harvey, actually all the way to the east side of Harvey. But unfortunately, we're not in that type of society or environment anymore. So if a child needed to get to an event, how could they get to it? Parents are working, some working 2 jobs, trying to make ends meet. They don't have time to get engaged to try to make sure that the child has the transportation to get there. But the community hubs do a wonderful thing, because instead of having the young person or even the senior come to the community center, what we've done is we've taken the community center to them. That's what we've done. And we're putting one in each ward so that it makes accessibility an easier, and I'm going to say more realistic thing. Now, if there's an event going on in your community hub, instead of you trying to figure out how to get clear across to the other side of the city, you just have to maybe walk a few blocks, or skateboard or bike or maybe you'll Uber, right down the street to your community hub, and be able to stay engaged with your city, stay informed with your city. The community hubs, it's not just what's going on the inside. I'm going to talk about what's going on the inside, but the outside is what's really exciting too. So what's going on the inside if there's young people that need homework assistance, after school care, if there's a food giveaway or a clothing drive or clothing closet, if ComEd or NICOR or some other utility has something that they're trying to present that they give away for free, but they want people to know about it and demonstrate. If there's healthcare services that can be presented, I'll just give you an example. I'm talking to someone now about doing a cooking demonstration for people who have diabetes. And you can do that in the community hub. And so people can attend, people can get those experiences and stay engaged. Once again, stay engaged in the community. And you can't avoid it, because not only do you have to stay engaged, the hub is right there in the middle of your community. So it's going to be engaging you as well. So that's one part of what's going on the inside. The other part of what's going on the inside is the police substation. And so what we're trying to do with the police substation, which is a part of the community hub, is to create an environment where that area of the hub is the safe zone. And we just continue to build that safe zone out further and further and further throughout the community, okay, until we just have a safe community. Response times will be better. I believe that it'll act more as a deterrent to possible crimes within the city. People will, of course, know that we take safety of our community seriously because we have this police station, this police substation, throughout our community. It will allow and provide an opportunity for our police officers to become more engaged with the community. So having the substation there, because the police won't just be staying inside of the building, they'll be getting out and walking the community, talking, getting familiar with the residents who live in the area. So creating that relationship, once again, building that relationship, cultivating that relationship, getting to know the moms and the dads and the seniors and the children and the grandchildren, that's all important toward that community engagement and that community building. And that's what it does just from the inside. Now, let me tell you about the outside, okay? I call it the Shangri-La because it's that place where we can do just about anything we want to do. So in my mind, and in my mind is just a little bit of what counts. It's not the total decider. But in my mind, I see a basketball court. I see a tennis court. I see a small park for children. I see a community garden. I see people using the green space and improving the green space themselves. Not the city doing it, but the people coming together and improving a green space themselves and putting down nice benches and maybe pavers throughout with some native grasses growing, in the back area. And all of a sudden it becomes the place where they meet and they talk. That's the place where you go and get your cup of coffee in the morning, and then you come there and you sit down with your friends and you just, once again, me and my age, we would say chew the fat, and you just chew the fat a little bit and you go on with your day. Or it's the place where the book club meets, in the summer to discuss a particular title that was written that everyone is interested in. And they decided that they wanted to use this nice area outside in the city of Harvey to discuss their book. The outside is going to do so much because part of that community engagement, creating a safe environment, okay? But you can't create community if people are stuck in the house. We can't get to know each other if people are stuck in the house, if they're stuck inside. So we want to get them out, whether it's basketball, whether it's tennis, whether it's, like I said, a small park for children, community gardens, community green spaces, whatever it is that we have to do, that outside area is the biggest possibility. It shows us that, hey, whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you want to make your community look like, you can do it right here. You don't have to wait for the government to do it for you. You don't have to wait for your community leaders to do it for you. This space is open for you, the community, to determine how it's going to be used. And let me just add one other thing to the community hubs. When it's all done, when everything's said and done, and it's established, the community hubs also can be a focal point for art within our community. Whether it's for those who do paintings, those who do, urban art, those who do sculptures, the community hubs become an area where we can have a focal point on that as well. Because we want to embrace all of the talents and all of the abilities that people have in the city of Harvey, and Harvey is an extremely talented city. It's that thing that we are developing that is like that blank slate or that mound of clay that through time, through effort, through collaboration and cooperation, we're building it and we're making it into something great. And those community hubs are just that, and they're going to be a tremendous benefit for the community.